Are we comfy? Are we on? All lights are on?
I think I'm comfy. I think I'm ready.
Oh, let's get this started, eh?
Yeah, let's get this started.
We have an absolute banger in store today because we are coming out of Bangkok right now.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought we'd be sitting here within a period of not even 2 weeks?
Oh, I don't know what's happened in this last week, but Bangkok has got us.
It's got us.
It
has got us a couple of times. The rumours are true, and we'll get to some of those stories. But I think it's really important to make mention as to how the hell we ended up here.
Yes. This has been a wild week, I tell you that. Oh. So what was it last week? What day are we at? Is it Friday right now? I think it's Friday right now. Last week we were having drinks. We went down having some drinks, and we met some bloke. We met some bloke who, we started having a good old chat. We start talking history. Fuck, I'm not good with history, by the way. I can't get stuck in these conversations. And, you try to throw in some info that you might have, but, man, they see straight through it. He didn't know shit about what we were talking about.
He was asking us about Anzacs and about, New Zealand, Australian Army Corps, and we were going down that road in relation to wars, World War I, World War II, D-Day.
Oh, he was loving it. He was loving it. And then all of a sudden, he asks us, have you seen the movie Bridge on the River Kwai? I'm like, I had never heard of it in my life. Yeah. I think you had heard of it, but I
vaguely remember seeing something as a kid, right?
Yeah.
I hadn't seen the movie, but I think if you say Bridge over the River Kwai to most people, they go, yeah, God, it sort of rings a bell.
Yeah, well, for me, I hadn't heard of it. Turns out this movie is from 1957. True story about the prisoners of war, a lot of them being from Oz, and building this bridge. It was a big train line through to Burma during the war, and this bridge on the River Kwai was a big part of this whole story.
I think he was a little bit taken aback that we really didn't know a lot about it.
Oh, he wasn't happy with us. He was very disappointed in the fact that I hadn't even heard of the movie The Bridge on the River Kwai. Yeah. And then the strangest thing happened. He's like, no, you boys are going to go see this bridge. And he said, I'm going to book flights right now, but you've got to promise me you watch the movie before you go, and when you get to Thailand, you go see the bridge.
Yeah.
You don't know whether to take these things seriously to start with?
Well, we didn't in the beginning, but it became very, very...
it got serious very quick.
That he was very serious about it. And
next minute, flights are booked. Our nights turned from having drinks to being frowned upon for not seeing this movie to then having tickets booked for us to go see this bridge on one condition. We had to watch the movie and we had to go to the bridge. Yeah. And here we are. And we've now done it all.
And it was... Oh, where do we start this thing? I mean, we ended up getting accommodation that was down near the bridge.
Yes.
Maybe 5-minute walk from the bridge. Of course, we were taking.
We didn't walk,
but we took tuk-tuks everywhere. But the
Kanchana Brewery we went to.
That's it.
Kanchana Brewery.
And the locals, everybody around this area is heavily invested in the bridge over the River Kwai.
Yeah. So anyway, that's a quick story of how we've got here. Yeah. And we're here for one more night. So it's only 4 days in total. 4 days in total, 4 nights in total.
Yeah.
We head back tomorrow, and boy, have we squeezed some stuff into this last 4 days.
Well, it's kind of crazy because I've never been to Thailand. Most of my friends have been there. The first friend that spoke to me about it said, when you go through customs, just keep your head down, walk forward, just be careful. Now, obviously, that put the shits up me. I'm thinking, oh, God, how do you try and look innocent through customs? But I was so pleasantly surprised with the way...
There was no security check on the way in. Mate, we got off that plane, walked straight through everything.
Pretty much expressed in every area of the airport, leaving Australia and coming into Thailand. And I have to make mention, mate, the Thai people so far are just extraordinary. Mm.
I do have to quickly mention a story. It happened last night, and I was coming out of this nightclub, and there was this beautiful Thai girl out there, and she says, hey, $20 blowjob? I was like, oh, go on then. So, walked around to the alleyway, but it really hit me what was going on when we got around into the alley. she pulls out two $10 notes and starts pulling up her dress. I was like, right.
Oh, welcome to Thailand. Where the hell was I? That's irrelevant.
Yeah. You in the next alleyway over.
That's irrelevant. But it's like before we came to Thailand, my son came running down the stairs, and he's going, "Daddy, what's a ladyboy? What's a ladyboy?" And I said, "Son, ask your mother. He knows."
On the way through to Bangkok here, we were sitting on the train, and opposite there was a really hot Thai girl there, and I was just thinking to myself, don't get a boner. Sure enough, she got one.
She got the boner. Of course she did.
We've done the same thing. We've gone heavy on the Thai ladyboy jokes, haven't we?
Yeah.
Have we both done the same thing? Are all yours ladyboy related?
Yeah. Well, it's like I met this young lady coming the Thai lady coming through the airport. And she told me, she goes, "You know what? Small penis is okay. Small penis is okay." But I'm thinking, you know what? I'd rather you just not have one. Welcome to Thailand.
Bangkok, baby. It'll get you.
And she gave me a kiss on the cheek, gave me some noodles and sent me on my way. When I made the decision that we were all coming to Thailand, a good mate of mine said, there's some Thai that you need to know. You need to use it.
Oh, God.
And it'll just make your day just that little bit brighter. And I said, okay, well, feed it to me. Yeah? You want to know what that was?
No, I don't really, but yeah, let's hear it.
Okay, no, and I've used it and it works.
Oh, shit.
That's right.
What have you done?
Mi kam sum mak mak.
It doesn't sound good at all.
Mi kam sum mak mak.
Yeah, it doesn't sound good.
It means you are very beautiful.
Oh, that's it?
That's it. Yeah.
Oh.
Mi kam sum mak mak.
All I was hearing, me come in your soup, and I was going down a very weird road there.
Me come soon, yak mak. And I've dropped it a couple of times, and it's really nice. You get a nice little smile back. And
we're over in Thailand, and we went and saw the bridge. We thought we'd get it done early. You know, we flew here. We drove straight out to Kanchanaburi, which is where the bridge on the River Kwai is. I thought 2 nights would be plenty there, and that we'd get the bridge stuff over and done with. But man, it took us 3 days to get 2 Ks up the road. That's for sure.
I tell you what, the accommodation we stayed at is absolutely stunning. So it's on the River Kwai, but I think it was like $50 a night or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
We got our own little bungalows each. It was a good little spot.
Yeah, as they say, there's massage parlours every 5 minutes, and there's bars every 5 metres.
Now we discovered something new here: the old the 3 elbow massage.
Yeah, never heard of that before.
Usually it's 2 elbows, but
yeah,
you get a third little surprise elbow at some point. They get you to lean back on the cushion, lean back into them, and 2 elbows up here, and you're just like, I feel a third elbow going on here. What the f*** is this?
Just for the record, I didn't feel a third elbow, mate. Mine, I can tell you, I just felt 2 elbows. So
you're missing out there, mate. I got the full package.
Yeah, you got the whole package. I know. That's funny.
We had a couple of stops we wanted to do. We wanted to go see the cemetery because that's what, there's a lot of Aussies that are buried there and stuff. And it was a bit of a, it was a good little history walk kind of thing. But oh man, did we mess up? We messed up massively.
Well, hang on. On our way to the gravesite, we were stopping off at the memorial place, obviously, and you tried to film a little bit. They wouldn't allow you to film. That was fine, but seeing everything on the walls was quite amazing. But
what was next door?
Yeah, we stopped off at this little shop. It was like a marijuana shop.
Yeah.
Right?
Just for a quick little look, just a window shop, just a quick browse.
Yeah. Now we don't. I'm not a pot smoker. I don't delve there. Not that I think there's anything wrong with it. It's just not for me. But they had everything. They had cookies. They had brownies.
Yes.
They had about 7 different types of bud. And the lady, who was probably 80 years of age, was stoned off her head. Right. But she was really lovely, and we made the decision to buy a brownie.
Yeah, the brownies were looking pretty good. We hadn't. I don't think we had even eaten breakfast at this stage.
She did warn us, though.
She said it was strong.
She did warn us.
She did. But the thing was tiny. It was a little square. And we're like, we're going halves.
Yeah.
How bad could it be? I get it. It's strong. We can handle strong shit.
You were going.
We can handle strong shit.
No, in my mind, I was scared. And I'm thinking, just from what I know, and that's really strong stuff. You need to be careful. It was you. You were well overconfident. You were thinking, yeah, we can do this. We're going to go halves.
I wouldn't even say I was confident. I just didn't really think about it.
Yeah, well, as it turned out, we split this little brownie in half.
Turned out it wasn't in half.
No, it wasn't in half. So we had to paper scissors rock for the biggest piece. But it was beautiful. We ate that thing and we We continued our walk into the War Memorial. Everything was pretty good.
Yeah, we were fine. We
fine.
walked through the cemetery and it was all good. As soon as we left the gates to the cemetery, it hit me like a freaking freight train traveling over the bridge of the River Kwai. It hit me so bloody fast and hard.
Well, you went quiet. You went quiet, and I'm thinking maybe we need to get some food.
I needed food.
We hadn't eaten at that point. So we walked a little further, maybe a couple of 100 metres up the road. It felt like 10 kilometres. We found this little place, this little guy.
Street food place. And I've been wigging out. I didn't think I was going to eat street food when we got here. You know, you think, Thailand, just be careful of what you eat, what you drink and stuff. But that street food was looking bloody good. They were just flipping noodles on the side of the curb.
It looked like the cleanest place, right? Everyone we'd been walking past, we checked the food, we'd smelt it, it was great. We bought 2 meals each. It was fantastic.
Best noodles I've ever had, by the way.
Can I tell you exactly when your brownie kicked in? Right when you picked up that big lump of noodle, before you put it in your mouth, and I'm looking at you, and you stopped, like for about 60 seconds. You didn't even put it in your mouth, and I'm looking at you, and you're kind of looking at the noodles and looking at me, and I think your words were, "I'm really high right now." And that was it.
Yeah, I knew I was in for a fucking... Yeah, I knew I was in for a bloody journey on this one. I'm like, this is hitting me so hard.
And you were a little bit worried because you asked me how I was feeling, and at that point, I was still feeling.
You were fine, and it's like, oh shit, I'm in this on my own. Then I'm like, oh no, and and I haven't looked at the footage yet. I know because we were vlogging the day. And I had the camera there, and I know there's some footage of some guy. I haven't been eager enough to look at it yet.
You haven't really.
Maybe we'll chuck a quick little snippet up on here, but yeah.
Oh, I'm hoping and praying that there's something there that just shows your face, your bloodshot eyes, and that look. You had a smile too. It wasn't like you looked sad.
We were about a kilometre walk from home, would you say? Yeah. Where you start walking, it's just hitting me harder and harder, and I swear I was greening out. I swear I was greening out. And I had one focus, just focused on the road, just watching every step I took, just trying to get back. It was the longest walk back home.
It's the funniest thing I've ever seen. And I walked behind you, and I could see your arms were swinging normally, but then all of a sudden your arms started swinging.
Matching my legs.
Matching your legs. I'm going, fuck, he looks like remember the Muppets, the Thunderbirds? The Thunderbirds? Yep, Penelope. You look like the captain of the Thunderbirds. But the funniest thing was we were walking through some bricks.
Oh, this is the streets of little Thai town. Yeah, it's rugged, man.
But there was this one brick, and I saw it up ahead, and I'm looking at it, and I'm looking at you, and you're heading straight for it, and I'm thinking, surely not. Surely not. It's almost like you beelined it for this brick and smashed yourself on this brick.
Yeah. You know what the stupid thing is? I saw this thing like 10 steps away. I saw it, and I'm like, okay, just focus. Don't hit the brick. Don't hit the brick. Don't hit the brick. Yeah. Take it step after step. I saw it the entire time.
Yeah.
And just, I'm like, oh sweet, I've made it. Just fucking kicked the thing half the way up the road.
In that moment,
ran into it. I'm like, how did this happen?
Yeah, I knew we were stuffed, and we needed
to get back to that room.
We need to get back to the hotel.
We still hadn't seen the bridge.
No, we hadn't. We hadn't been to the bridge at this point, but it was on the list.
Yeah, but it was a journey to the bridge. I tell you what. But that ended up ruining the rest of the day. I went to my bed, sat in front of the aircon, and stared at the wall for 3 hours, just thinking, now you just got to stare at this wall and get through this shit right now.
At least you had sense to leave your door open so I could pop my head in every now and then.
Yeah, because I knew you'd be barging in at some point. I'm like, I'm just going to leave the thing unlocked, because if he comes knocking and I'm laying in my bed, I don't want to get up. So I'm like, just leave it unlocked. Next minute you come in. And I could tell it had hit you later. It must have hit you after me, because you came in. I think I was definitely not coming to, but yeah, like I was functioning, and you just barge in. You're like, "How you feeling, man?"
I don't know how people can eat those things.
It got me, man. That was the strongest brownie That was So
that was the first day.
It's done differently over here.
That's our first day.
Oh, absolute write off.
Oh my god.
So yeah, we kind of wasted. We wasted the first afternoon of our trip here. So the next day we We made sure we
shook it
got
off.
out. Yep.
Yep, shook it off.
Had a couple of scotches for breakfast.
Couple of scotches, maybe 10. I think we had 10 scotch and cokes. Then we got the tuk-tuk guy in. Captain Dan was his name. Got to know him very, very well. And
Dr. Dan.
Captain Dan, and he picked us up, and 5-minute skedaddle, and we're at the bridge.
Yeah, we made it.
Yeah,
we made it.
We made it, and again, what an amazing
it was
place.
cool. Yeah, and now we're free men.
We're only halfway through the trip.
Yes, yeah. So we saw the bridge, got it all done, and now we've come over into Bangkok for the last 2 nights of our trip, and it's already got us.
Well, there was one thing that we wanted to do for us on our little bucket list was to visit where they shot Hangover 2,
The Hangover
right?
2. So you come to Bangkok. This is probably more relatable to everyone. So you think of Bangkok, Hangover 2. It's the first thing that comes to mind. And, the big bar where Mr. Chow goes to do the deal, where they first realise they've lost the boy and they're on the stairs. It became an iconic photo, that one. That was a
Iconic movie.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Oh.
Yeah.
But, we're like, all right, we've got to go to this rooftop. We'll go to this rooftop bar. It's probably one of the things we got to get done here.
Yeah.
So,
But from the minute we walked in downstairs, everybody was just amazing, weren't they?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, unbelievable. Now, what's the place called again? Sir Rocco is the
Sirocco bar.
Sirocco bar.
Sirocco rooftop.
Sirocco rooftop bar. But it was really quite a unique experience for us. In that, when we arrived, it'd been sort of drizzling all day, kind of raining all day, and obviously when it rains, they close the rooftop. So you have to eat under the big gold dome.
Yeah,
so
which is nice. It's like a restaurant, but it's indoor. It's not on the rooftop. Not what you're going there for. But so we had dinner. It was a very fine dine place. Yeah, very very fine dine place.
Very
I'm not used to fine dine. I don't really eat that style of way. So when you order a steak
or wear that,
you're thinking
your shirt, you like a little bit of fish out of water. Oh, so was I, mate. Look, that's. I don't get to do that sort of thing either, but I'm glad that we sort of thought, fuck, let's do it. Let's blow the budget a little bit and
blow the budget. We knew it was going to be pricey.
Give it a crack.
But you come into Thailand, you come to Thailand, you expect you live like kings in Thailand and it's cheap as anything. So I was thinking, this place will be an expensive place in Thailand, but boy, was it. Well, we did the maths when we got home.
Yeah. Well, we sort of did it when we got here. God. We went shopping down the thing. Everything was so ridiculously cheap, right?
Yeah. We spent $6,000 Australian on dinner last night.
Yeah.
$6,000. And I was just like, this can't make sense. We're looking at the bill and we did the exchange rate. It was like, what? 100 and something thousand in baht. And then we do the exchange. We're like,
yeah, no.
I was thinking maybe 500 to 1,000.
We should have asked, like we were getting scotches. What were they, $130?
They turned out the scotches we were drinking were $130 a glass.
Oh, my God.
My God. So, we walked out of there.
Yeah.
Oh, Bangkok got us. Can you guys please subscribe to this channel right now? We're putting ourselves in a massive hole real quick. We're going into the ground real fast at this, Ray. Can you guys hit that subscribe button? I know about 70% of you guys watching these aren't actually subscribed, so hit that subscribe button. Help us out. Well, we spent up yesterday, so today I'm thinking I kind of want to go I kind of want to go buy a fake really nice watch.
You want to do that?
Fake roll. I kind of want a fake Rolex, I think.
Okay. That sounds great.
Yeah.
All right.
Or I don't know, some sort of watch.
I'm thinking handbag.
I haven't had a proper watch in a while,
I'm thinking handbag for the wife first, and then some...
Oh, true. You're buying for the wife too.
Yeah, she wants some perfume. Maybe something for me. Maybe a little pen with a camera on it. Yeah.
Airport toilets. Holy, can people not figure out how to use a toilet at the airport? Actually, it's public toilets in general. What is with it when people go to the toilet at the airport or anywhere, any public toilet? Yeah. It's like they forget how to go to the toilet.
Yeah.
They get shit everywhere. They get piss everywhere. Can't flush the toilet. All over the floor. What is with that?
Yeah, I knew.
How do people not get how to go to the toilet and just keep it normal?
Well, you had a couple of bad experiences coming through, right? I was using... I'm a disabled toilet sort of a guy.
Oh, you go the disabled toilets?
If I have to.
Oh, what's the verdict on this one?
I know. If I have to.
Geez.
Certainly going through airports, it's just the better option because I've always got a bag and it just seems to be the easy option. But I knew this would be your beef when you come out of that Singaporean toilet and you just You just went off.
Oh, mate, we just got off it was an overnight flight. We got on the plane close to midnight. I think it was actually, it was a midnight flight. About 8 hours of flying. Land in Singapore, and I don't like using the, if I can try avoid using the plane toilets, I will at all costs. Yep. And so I get off the plane, obviously jump straight into the bathroom. Oh, it was a mess. Man, was it a mess. There's piss all over the seat. Toilet paper's still sitting there. You don't want to check what's under the toilet paper. You just press the flush button, wipe the seat over. It's like, and this was, I had to sit down. I had to do the sit down. So I gave the seat a good wipe, sat down. Immediately I fell to my thighs. It was moist and sticky. I was just like, oh, you've got to be kidding me. I'm gonna have a rash on my freaking thighs now. I haven't even made it to Bangkok, and I'm already gonna have a rash on my thighs.
Are you one of those blokes that lay a little bit of toilet down the front too? Just say a little weenie doesn't touch the porcelain.
You see, sometimes I will put toilet paper around the entire seat, but this time I didn't have time. I'm not going to lie. I didn't have time. I was in a bit of a rush for this one.
Okay.
Oh, but then, if the moist seat and the sticky thighs wasn't bad enough, you finish your business and then you go to get up and then you just tap your tip on the edge of the toilet seat. Oh, it happened.
It's fucking scary.
You go to get up, it's like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, God, I'm going to get herpes. It's the first thought, right?
Oh, it's just how many tips did I just tap just by doing that, man?
Yeah.
Oh, just the old tapping the tip on the edge of the toilet. It is the worst nightmare.
Scares the hell out of any bloke. And you should always take time to put toilet paper around the...
Yeah, sometimes you just can't help it. Yeah, but that wasn't a good experience. So, my beef... Learn how to go to the toilet. Like, it's not that hard.
But why is it that nobody wants to flush toilets at airports?
Yeah, what's with all of it in general? I don't understand it.
Yeah, just push the button.
Like, push the button. Sit on the toilet. Like, piss in the bowl properly.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I know what chicks are talking about.
Yeah.
No, I don't. They're on another...
Mate, look...
Are chicks' toilets the same?
No, they're worse. They're worse.
Really?
Oh, they're far worse.
Public toilets for girls is worse?
Well... In my experience, when I pop my head into a female toilet, which is very, very common for me.
Not that I've done it, but if I was to,
I'm going to get some kickback on this. But I can tell you, men's toilets, generally speaking, don't smell as bad as the ladies.
Shit on. Oh, the smell.
Yeah. But even the mess.
Yeah, but see, they wouldn't be getting all the piss all over the seat and stuff.
Well, that's what you would think. But hey, I'm just telling my experience. I think generally speaking, boys' toilets are in better condition than the ladies' toilets.
Really, ladies, tell us what you think.
Yeah,
you girls have generally been in both before, one time or another. Tell us, is it just as bad in these girls' toilets?
Well, my wife certainly has, and that's where I get some of my information from. So.
Anyway, that's my beef of the week.
Yeah, that's a pretty crazy beef.
Learn how to deal with your shit properly.
But then how does it... But you flow that on to toilets that we were using in outback Thailand.
Oh, yeah. See, I don't know what to think of this. Is it better? Because, over here, a lot of the public toilets is just a little hole and you pop a squat. I'm like, mate, at least I'm not touching anything. I'm not getting sticky thighs doing this. Yeah. I don't mind it.
Yeah.
And apparently it helps you to push it out easier.
Yeah, the crouch is...
The squat. I prefer the word the squat. Pop a squat.
Anatomically, it allows for easier output of feces.
Those are all pointing the right way.
No, so
one big power push. Poof.
No, the Thai people are onto it.
The old pop a squat toilets. I haven't minded them over here. I thought I'd be disgusted, but I tell you what, they're doing better than the toilets we got going on at home. Because man,
yep.
Yeah,
and everyone has a bidet. Got the hose there to give yourself.
What do you think about the bidet? See here I want a toilet that has like a flip-up bidet built in kind of thing, but I don't know about this whole hose next to the toilet, That's been wigging me out. I haven't been able to use it.
Yeah, I'm 50-50. I'm all for a bidet. Having said that, I've actually never used one, but I would use it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, spray.
Good tickle.
Little water spray and just sort of damp it down a little bit. I think it makes sense, right?
Pop a squat over the bidet.
You want it clean and you want it... What did you say? If you don't get it clean, it itches all day or something? Is that what you said?
I don't know. I said you get the rash in your thighs?
Yeah. When you were having your little beef meltdown over the toilet. I'm sure you said something along those lines. But, that's a really good beef. I like that beef.
Yeah. No, I think most people... needs to be sorted out.
My beef's really simple, but it seems to happen to me every time I fly. And it's like... You know the security guys. You know when they
where you go,
where they test you for for bombs and beep, 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 beep. No matter what I'm wearing, no matter where I walk, I will always get singled out.
You just look sus, man.
Yeah.
I noticed it as you're walking through. You just like get this real. It's like you're overthinking shit, and you're just like so sus.
But you saw it happen, right? We were walking through the Australian customs, and you saw it happen.
Yeah, you got pulled over. I didn't even make eye contact.
No,
I'm like, I'm not getting done with your shit.
I
I'm
didn't-
going to keep walking.
Yeah, but I didn't just get pulled over. It's like he had to. There were like 5 people between me and this bloke, but he just kept pushing people to the side and pointed at me.
You.
Yeah. So there
What are
I
they
am.
checking for? Are they checking for drugs?
They
Are they
check-
checking for What are they doing?
I guess they check for remnants
because like they get like swabs in your bag and stuff.
Yeah, it's checking for something.
So it's explosives, or is they looking for drugs, or everything?
No, I think it's everything. Explosives, from what I gather, but it's probably
Yeah,
a little
well,
bit of everything.
To be fair, if I
But
was security, I'd probably pull you over too.
But it happened at Singapore.
Did it?
Yeah.
I think I must have been in my situation.
And again, I was nowhere near the bloke. There were many other people coming through before me, but he waited for the gap and then pointed me out.
No, because
I'm like-
yep.
But it happens all the time. Yeah, that's a bit of my beef. That's kind of beefy to me.
No, I get it. It used to always happen to me. Then I lost my hair. I think I looked more innocent when I lost my hair, I think.
Yeah, well,
You look at my old if you looked at
I
my
don't know
old
what it is.
passport photo, not the one I've got now, the one before, I looked sus in that. I looked like a Mexican drug lord or something.
yeah. You still kind of do actually, but no, you do.
Just not as much as you.
Yeah, no, obviously. But for some reason, man, they keep pulling me up, and it just gives me the shits. It really does. It happens all the time, and it happened again, and it'll happen again when I go home. Just give me a break, guys. Like, just, I have an innocent look. I don't look like a criminal.
I just got to ask the question. What's the go with lady boys here in ping pong shows? Is it all right to go see? Like, yeah. Are we going to go see a ping pong show, do you reckon?
Well, I think if
It's our
you're,
last night here.
I think if you're in France, you'd go see the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Like if you're in New York, you'd go see Statue of Liberty.
Ping pong shows? It's one of the wonders of the world,
Oh, it
really.
should be, definitely should be. And I think you're silly if you don't go check it out, have a little bit of a look-see. And
Have you ever been to one?
have I ever been to the Leaning Tower of Pisa?
Sure.
No.
We can speak in code
No,
if you want.
no, I have not been to a ping pong show, but I'm hoping that we get there tonight.
Have we both just been waiting for the other person to bring it up?
Well, we've bought it up, but no one's really closed the
Made
deal
the
on
move,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I think we have to. Because
We might have to check it out, eh?
well, I heard that they are that talented.
Oh, he's heard. What else have you heard?
No, I've
about
heard
these
that they're
shows?
that
what else have you heard about
Well-
Thailand?
Well, no. They'll
No.
they'll hold the ping pong balls. They'll be different colours, like green, red, blue, and she'll say, "What colour you want?" And you'll go, I don't know, blue. Boop. Blue one will come out.
Shoot the blue one out.
Yeah,
It's kind of. I'm not gonna lie. That's talent.
that is
That's proper talent.
that's a talent. Absolutely.
Just don't say brown. You know. I want a brown one.
Yeah, no, don't ask for the brown one. And then you got the cup challenge, right? Cup,
What?
where you hold the cup and they go further back,
Oh,
and
true, and you catch it,
You're
yeah.
basically at the other side of the venue, apparently, allegedly,
Allegedly.
and boom, in the cup. Like,
We're gonna let's
Like,
suss
that's
it
a
out.
talent,
I
so-
feel like we got to check it out while we're here.
we have to. We
Is
have
it
to
something
do
you
that.
have to do in Thailand? I think so.
It's part of the culture, right?
I think
And
so.
I'm
yeah.
a cultural person. I want to support their culture, and I think the ping pongs will lead to the ladyboys.
Well,
So we
how's-
have to go check that out.
No, we shouldn't. No, we can't tell the story about the bloke we were talking to at Sirocco Bar last night, and he ended up sending photos of him and a ladyboy this morning.
Yeah.
We won't go there. We won't go there.
I'm sure he's.
I don't know.
I'm sure he's trying to unsend those messages.
Yeah, Aussie. We're not going to go there. We won't go there. It's probably a bit too close to home. All I can say is, Sydney boys are all about it, eh?
Oh, mate,
They're all about it.
They were whipped. They were whipped up, and I think we showed great strength, sort of saying no.
Yeah.
Obviously, we wanted to shoot this podcast this morning. Wanted to not be too under the weather. I think we've done fairly well. But I do think that while we're here, we certainly need to go check out the ping pongs, check out the clubs, the 2 clubs that have been mentioned to us. And I to be honest, I can't wait.
End it on a 3 elbows massage and jump on the plane home, hey?
Mate, give me 4 elbows. I don't care. Just get it done.
Oh, we've got to talk about it though. We do have to talk about it. You know, you're sitting there having a scotch. I've already finished my scotch. Mate, midweek drinking. We've thrown the question out. We've asked the people, midweek drinking. Is it all right? How much do you need to have before it's a problem or before it's too much? What's the verdict here? Midweek drinking.
Yeah, well, first of all, can I just have a sip of my scotch?
Yes. See, all right, I'm going to start by saying that. Holidays, different story. I don't think midweek doesn't count on holidays, right?
Yeah, true.
We're on vacay, baby.
Okay, all right.
Work trip.
Well, look, midweek drinking, relaxation, or is it a slippery slope that we can go down? Like, that's kind of where it's at. Yin, yang, black, white, right? I think it's needed. I think it's a necessity. Oh. Now, we'll get to how much and all that sort of rubbish later, but I just think it's certainly part of the Australian culture. I'm sure it's part of most cultures on this planet, and I think that
I think the second you say it's a necessity, though, there could be a little problem. You know,
yeah, I don't know, mate. I mean, I put something down here. Oh, Napoleon. Napoleon said this. He said
Napoleon,
yeah,
Napoleon Dynamite or
Napoleon.
They're
all related, aren't they? He
so.
said, "In victory, we deserve champagne." He said, "In defeat, we need it." Now he's a smart man, and straight away I think of parenting.
He had drinking problems, didn't he?
Yeah. He was 4 foot fuck all, and he had a drinking problem. But I just think parenting, and I think parents, we have our defeats, we have our wins with our children, and when they all go to bed, I don't see there being a problem with having a little glass of little Shiraz.
Do you think parents are drinking more than the average Joe?
Yeah, I think people in general are drinking more these days.
Yeah, right.
Because
is it a problem though? Because you know people usually get home from work, have a couple of beers. Sometimes a couple of beers turns into a few more though. What's the number?
Yeah.
How many can you have before it's like, mate, you got to stop drinking during the week?
Well, I googled this and they say, the experts, right? They say 2 bottles of wine and 4 spirits in a week.
Oh, in a week.
In a week is hazardous drinking. Now,
okay, say that again. 2 bottles of wine and
2 bottles of wine and 4 gin and tonics in a week.
Oh,
they call that hazardous drinking.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I've read different things. I heard tequila's good for your heart. I've heard red wine's good for your heart. I think everything's good for your heart.
I think beer's really good for your heart.
It's true. Is it true though? Tequila. Have we spoke about this? Tequila is the most healthiest drink out.
Yeah, the really good stuff.
Ah,
yeah.
So not. Maybe from Sirocco.
No, it was from, what's that guy that Dana White, that health guy, Gary Brecker.
Oh, okay, yep.
Amazing man, an amazing man. Love him even more when he said tequila's kind of healthy for you. And then he sort of went down the list. Red wine is up there, and everything else is a distant sort of a third, right? But I don't have a problem with it, and I don't...
Well, I know very well you don't have a problem with it.
But I don't have a problem with people drinking midweek. Obviously, it needs to be controlled, and as long as it's not affecting them in a negative sort of a...
See, that's what I'm asking, though. What's the number? Is it if you get a hangover, you're fucked up? Hangover's too far?
Yeah, I think hangover might be too far. Well, it depends how many nights a week. I think to have maybe one night a week's not such a bad thing. But you have your responsibilities. You just got to look after your kids. You got to still go to work. But I think just taking the edge off, having a couple of glasses, I don't think that's a bad thing. I think it's a good thing. I think it relieves a bit of stress.
Yeah.
A little reduces a bit of anxiety for
probably
some people.
Causes more stress the next day.
Yeah, it probably does.
The more you talk, I think you've got a problem.
No. Well, I'll say this.
I'm going to solve my problems by drinking.
It's cheaper to
which will create more problems tomorrow, which means I'll drink more tomorrow.
I saw on the news this morning the thing about increasing the prices of beer. Now they're already again they're already through the roof, right? So it's just cheaper for people to stay home and drink. So therefore, it's easier for them to not drink on a Friday, Saturday, but any night of their choosing. I think it's part of our culture, as long as it's in check and controlled and not in exorbitant amounts. I couldn't even say that. I've had too much scotch.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
All right. Anyway, we did put the question out to the audience.
Yeah.
And by the way, the people that answer our questions, we are solving the world's problems by doing all this stuff. Keep it up, guys. Send your answers through.
Yeah.
Follow us on all platforms.
Yes.
Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and of course YouTube. But let's see what people are saying about this whole midweek drinking.
I think this is a debate.
I
think this is a topic that comes up in conversation a lot more than we like to believe. I really do. I think a lot of people talk about it. They pass it by each other. They get each other's opinions on it and sort of establish their position in amongst all of that, right?
Yeah. Well, Colin Frias says, midweek really depends on when you decide the week starts.
It's a great statement.
Could be Wednesday to Tuesday or Friday to Thursday. The possibilities are endless. Yeah. Who said Sunday has to be the first? Okay, is Sunday or Monday the first day of the week? What do we run on these days?
Can we just say time is a man-made construct? Let's just begin with that, right?
Midweek's not even real. It's a conspiracy.
I love this bloke.
Colin,
that's a great
you
comment.
nailed it, mate. Tony Fetchner. Here we go. We got another Tony in the house. Just identify as Sunday. Every day is Sunday in my mind. Rev says play on.
It's 4 o'clock somewhere, right? Especially on a Sunday.
Hey,
love that. I love that guy. Well said.
Identity is a big thing these days. Why can't days have their own identification? I agree. Every day's the weekend. Natasha Marie. My kids make me want to have a drink after they finally get to bed. So I think the real question is everyday drinking okay?
Okay.
And I think that's what we're getting to the bottom of this. And we discussed it earlier. Parents, I think I think we're getting down to it. Parents drink a hell of a lot more than non-parents. Maybe.
I think it has something to do with your job too, right? If you're out there...
Probably something to do with your kids too.
Some of the hardest...
What are they like?
Oh, yeah, mate. We'll get to the kids. But some of the hardest workers in our country are tradies. The truck drivers, right? The economy evolves around these blokes.
Yeah.
Mate, they're not going to go home and have a pop of fucking lemonade and a little fucking...
Juice box?
Yeah, juice
Popper.
box. Yeah.
Yeah, mate, you got FIFO workers. They're coming in home for 2 weeks at a time. What, you think they're just going to wait till Saturday to have a drink? Nah.
These blokes deserve a beer and they deserve a nice cold one with no limit, right?
Betty Fuller. Nothing wrong with a couple drinks every day. Agreed. And New, it was one of the long-term health issues I developed resulting from the lockdown.
What, not drinking?
The choice was Dan Murphy's or Bunnings. I'm not into yard work on a Tuesday, so... I think a lot of us can relate to that during COVID times. COVID, man, isn't it funny? During COVID, the one place that was allowed to stay open was bottle shops.
Yes. Yeah.
They're trying to fuck us up.
Yeah, they're trying to.
And I'm all for it.
No, absolutely. No, they had our back there.
Robert Latham, yeah, definitely okay, as long as you can handle the hangover the next day at work.
Well, we kind of lived by that, right? That was our motto. I mean, there were times I'd turn up to work with no sleep when I was young.
Well, this is our work now. If we just rocked up on a podcast hungover, would it?
I would never do that. I wouldn't do that. Maybe a few drinks under my belt, but
you drink through that. You're drinking through a hangover right now. I promise you that.
Okay, maybe a little. Maybe a little.
But we're in Bangkok, mate. It's a different story over here.
Yeah, maybe a little.
Oh, Ash Cook. It becomes a problem when the alarm's going off in the morning and you're still drinking. That's a problem. Oh. That's absolutely a problem. Yeah, actually, you know what? What I hate.
That's a scary
weekend
thought.
or not. I hate seeing the sun come up and you've still got a drink in hand. Man, it makes you just really question what you're doing with your life when you see that morning sun, people going out for the walks, and you're just like, what have I done with my life?
But again, there's a phase in your life where watching that sun come up, you go, right, round two. And you've got a group of mates and you all take it to the next fucking level. That's when it was fun. Now, I'm with you. When I see that sunrise, I'm like, oh. God, take a good hard look at yourself, Tony.
Yeah, regrets.
Yeah.
I think it's different with kids as well. Man, when you've got a kid, you don't have time for a hangover. Man, those kids, they want to play. They want all your attention. You can't just sleep it off.
But they want quality, right? So even if you're awake,
you got to be buzzing.
Yeah, only
you got to be
50% there.
In fun mode, yeah.
Yeah.
Elliot Pacey, I drink every day that ends in Y.
See,
that's not a bad solution.
No, that's the sort of bloke we need on our podcast. That's our third member right there.
Yeah. Josh Preston, 15 a day keeps the doctor away. 15 a day.
15 what, pills?
Bruce Boger. Oh, boy. We're in trouble with Bruce here. It's never a problem. It only becomes a problem when you get too drunk and bring a lady over to your house thinking it was your wife. That's a problem.
Oh, that's an issue.
That is.
Could be worse. Could be a lady boy. Could be worse.
Yes, don't do that shit in Bangkok, Bruce. Bangkok is going to get Bruce one day hard. Bruce, stay the hell away from Bangkok, mate. Zoe Lavelle, it's a problem if you're turning up to work the next day feeling crappy and tired, not having the mental sharpness needed. I think someone's answered our question, like, wisely today. Everyone's just like, nah, fucking don't tell me I can't drink.
Yeah, there's a lot of thought that have gone into these comments. And again, I think it speaks volumes in terms of where we're at in this day and age, and what's acceptable.
Well, Jeff Lucas, it's never a problem unless you wake up naked in your neighbour's front yard. That's a bit awkward. We're neighbours.
Yeah.
I've woken up in your front yard.
Yeah, we've done that.
Almost naked.
We've done that. I have no problem with that.
Yeah.
I have no problem walking out and seeing you
I
butt
don't think
naked
that's
in my
even
garden. Just stay away from a pumpkin patch.
And Ryan Whalen, I say a good 12-pack before you get into trouble. Wait, I say a good 12-pack before you get into trouble. So you got 12 drinks.
Yeah.
Then things could get interesting.
Look, that's a lot, I think, to drink most nights. But again, homemade brew, no preservatives. It's not so bad for you. Just get it right up you. Get it into you. On that note, too, Monkey Tree.
Yeah, look, we don't condone we don't condone irresponsible drinking.
No.
But if you are going to have a drink, make sure you try Monkey Tree Brewing Co., the sponsor of this podcast. We have squirrels running around everywhere right now. Look at monkeys. They heard Monkey Tree and they're chasing. They're coming to the door. Oh my God.
It's crazy, isn't
There's
it?
2 squirrels on our balcony right now, just like eyeing us off.
Yeah.
So guys, Monkey Tree, they have beers on tap.
Yep.
In fridges.
Yeah.
A massive range of lagers, craft beers, colas, passion fruit drinks. Man,
Yes.
they've got
Go
the
check
works.
them out. They're in Slacks Creek, right? So if you're going to be a monkey, be a gorilla, go swing off the rafters in Slacks Creek. They are the #1 craft brewing company in Brisbane currently. Monkey Tree Brewing. Thank you for the beers, guys. We love it.
And thank you guys for your responses here as well. That was good.
That was
I think
good.
we've solved a world problem. There is nothing wrong with it.
No, there's nothing wrong with it.
I think we're learning a lot about our audience.
yeah.
We're all similar. I love it.
Can I tell
our
you,
audience is our people.
I've never
I
had
feel like
an
we're
issue
getting
with it.
closer.
I've never had an issue with midweek drinking, ever.
I think my third elbow just raised up thinking about it. Anyway, what do we think we're gonna? It's our last day in Bangkok. What should we be doing here? I reckon. Well, I do think we just give 5 minutes to a ping pong show.
No, we definitely do the ping pong show, and we definitely do the go check out some lady boys. And I think we need to go buy a cheap ass watch.
Yeah, I'm keen. I've never been so keen to get a fake watch.
And also, don't forget our wives, like those cheap Louis Vuitton.
I've
knockoffs.
already forgotten about our wives.
Yeah.
Bangkok's got me, mate.
No, I've got to get.
I might just not be going home.
I have to get perfume. She even sent me through the name of the bloody thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Surely there's a fake of it.
Yeah, no, I'll find a cheap knockoff. Don't you worry about that.
Do they obviously don't know we spent $6,000 on it. I cannot believe we spent $6,000 on dinner.
Well, how are we going to tell them? We're going to have to tell them.
Well, I'm not going to. I know before we get back, Cassie's going to go to use the credit card and it's going to bounce.
Yeah. It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. No, hey, sometimes these things, you got to do this stuff once in life, you know?
Mate, when I look down at a piece of potato and there's a truffle slice on it,
Yeah.
the size of which I've never seen, let alone had, I'm thinking, oh, God.
Look, the food was very nice. But, you know, when it comes to fine dining, you order A5 Wagyu steak. It was...
We had a big seafood platter each.
Yes.
Which
the oysters were actually really good.
Very good.
Very good. The steak, I'm not going to lie, I was hoping it was going to be bigger. It sort of came out as two good-sized slices, but 2 slices nonetheless.
I'd like to know opinions on this too, by the way. I think I might have mentioned to you, I've only had Wagyu a few times, like really high-end.
Oh, the stuff I
Maybe
get from
twice,
Woolies
maybe
always
twice.
says Wagyu. I get beef burgers in packets that say Wagyu. What's the difference with all this? What's Wagyu and what's not?
Okay, right. But then you have that Wagyu last night, and it almost has so much fat in it that there's no meat. There's no grunt.
I didn't mind the steak at all. It tasted very good.
Yeah.
But I know what you mean.
Give me, honestly, like a porterhouse. Something cooked, like a lot of chunky meat.
Honestly, just take me to the Roadhouse Tavern, get a fucking palmy in the oven for me.
Yeah.
You just can't go past a palmy sometimes, you know.
We won't forget that night and money paid, but it was definitely worth it. We do need to thank those liking and subscribing the channel. It's quite obvious we need the help. But the support's been great. Keep it going. Thank you very, very much. So that's the plan, hey? Ping pong.
I'm more focused on a watch. I want a fake watch, and I'm going to be blinged up next episode. Anyway, guys, like I said, last night in Bangkok, we're going to go and enjoy ourselves. You'll probably see some content come out of this. I've been filming a bit of vlog stuff, so check it out on I just bit my tongue. I tried to keep talking, but didn't work. Check it out. I'll have it on my vlog channel. See some of our travels. See us visiting the bridge on the River Kwai and me high as a bloody
I was just going to say, stay tuned for that. We're hoping that we have some footage of
I'm scared to watch it.
Jashan stumbling all over the place, clicking?
Yes.
Yeah, clicking and kicking bricks.
Kicking bricks. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. We're going to wrap this up here. It has been a good one. We're banging on in Bangkok. We'll see you next time, eh?